Okay, this is our first video for Math 121 College Algebra, and we're going to just dive right in to factoring. Hopefully this is something that you remember from high school or from whatever prerequisite math course that you had before this one. What we're doing is we're taking two binomials. Let's say we had x plus 5 and x minus 5. And we're FOILing them out. X times x is x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 5 is 25. The two middle terms cancel, and you end up with x squared minus 25. Well, when you're factoring, you're going backwards. So we're taking, if you notice, the one I just made up, the x and the x were the same, and the 5 and the 5 were the same, 1 plus, 1 minus. So what you have is, this is called a difference of two squareds if you only have two terms, and you can split them up into the same thing. They factor into x plus 5, x minus 5. So your rule, just clear that out, is if you have a squared minus b squared, that factors into a plus b and a minus b. Okay, so let's just go ahead and dive right in. So you have x squared minus 9. That is a difference of two squareds, because if you break that down, that's x and 3 and 3. So that factors into x plus 3 and x minus 3. The second one, if you break that down, you get 2x and 2x, and then you get 5 and 5. So that's 2x plus 5 and 2x minus 5. It's as easy as that. Now x to the fourth minus 16, that one goes down to x squared, and then 4 and 4. So it's x squared plus 4, x squared minus 4. But then you see the one that has the minus right there? That is also a difference of two squareds. So that one factors into x and 2 and 2. So it breaks down to x plus 2, x minus 2, and then the x squared plus 4 comes all the way down. Okay. Now we're going to get into trinomials. For trinomials, what I always say is, when you see 3, S and P, and you're like, whoa, what's S and P? Well, there's several different ways to factor trinomials, but in my opinion, the easiest is to make a little chart, and you put a S. S stands for sum, P stands for product. Okay, your sum stands for add, so put like maybe a plus sign, and then P stands for product, so multiply. So your sum is always your middle term, so it's going to be 4x. Your product is always the first times the last, so that's going to be 4x squared. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to figure out what two terms multiply to give you 4x squared and add to give you 4x. Well, 2 and 2. 2 times 2x is 4x squared, and 2x plus 2x is 4x. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring the first one down, replace the middle with 2x and 2x, and then bring the last one down. And then you're going to factor by grouping. So you're going to group the first two, group the last two, and take out your greatest common factor. So if you're looking at x squared plus 2x right here. Sorry, I'm trying to get situated. Sorry about that. No, go away. Hold on. Okay. So if you got x squared plus 2x, you look at it and you're like, okay, what's the biggest thing you can take out of either? So I can take an x. They both share an x, and then x times x is x squared, and x goes into 2x 2 times. It'll be x plus 2. I always bring down my sign, and then I can take a 2. 2 goes into 2x, x, and 2 goes into 4, 2. Now what you should notice, if you have done it right, These should always be the same. If they're not the same, you've done something wrong. So that's x plus 2, and then whatever's left that's not the same goes in the other set of parentheses. So let's just do that again. So, and if you remember from high school, hold on, sum is the middle term, product is first times last. You can use a shortcut on these, but if you're not sure when you can use your shortcut, then just don't use your shortcut. So I'm showing you the long way on the easy one so that you'll be able to do it on the harder ones. So what multiplies to give you 6 adds to give you 5. So that's 3 and 2. So I bring down the x squared. I replace the 5x with 3x plus 2x, and then I bring down the 6. And then I group the first two, group the last two. I can take an x out of the first two, and then I would have x plus 3. And then I can take a 2 out, and I would have x plus, and you just divide to get this. 6 divided by 2 is 3. These are the same, so it's x plus 3 and x plus 2. This one, I got my little s and my p, so I got negative 9x and 20x squared. So what multiplies to give you 20 adds to give you negative 9. That's going to be a negative 5 and a negative 4. So I drop my first one, replace the 9x with 5x and 4x, and then bring down the plus 20. Group. I can take out an x, be x minus 5, minus, I can take out a 4. 4 goes into 20 5 times, and a negative and a positive makes a negative. So these are the same. So it would be x minus 5 and x minus 4. I'm going to scroll on down. Okay, so these get a little bit harder because they have a number in the front. And I'm trying to hurry so this video doesn't get too long. So my s is always my middle term, so negative 20x. My p is my first times my last, so 36x squared. So I want to know what multiplies together to give me 36. So I just kind of think 1 and 36, no, 2 and 18, yes. Now if that wasn't it, I would have kept going. But in order to give me a negative 20, I would need a negative 2 and a negative 18. So it would be negative 2x and negative 18x. So I bring down the 3x squared, replace the 20 with negative 2x minus 18x, bring down the 12. So I can take out, there's no number that will go into 3 and 2, but I can take out an x. And then I would have 3x minus 2 minus 18 and 12. I can take out a 6. 6 goes into 18, 3. 6 goes into 12, 2. And a positive and a negative makes a negative. These are the same, so it's 3x minus 2 and x minus 6. So we'll do it one more time. So negative 13 is my sum. P is 2 times 45 is negative 90. So I want to know what multiplies to give me negative 90 adds to give me negative 13. And I'm actually going to think about this one for a second. So 1 and 90, no. 2 and 45, no. 3 and 30, no. 4, I won't go into 90. 5 and 18, okay, it's 5 and 18. So it would be a positive 5 and a negative 18. Now, I'm going to pause it for 1 second. I'm going to show you a trick. Okay, I brought my calculator up so I can show you on your TI-84, which is the recommended calculator. Hopefully that's the one you're getting. You're going to hit y equals, you can have another calculator, but I can't promise that I can help you with it. Hit clear, and I want you to type in your P number, negative 90, divided by x, and then hit second table, and that gives you all your factors. Just ignore the ones with decimals. So you're just going to find the one that multiplies to give you, or adds to give you negative 13. So it's going to be negative 18x and positive 5x. So I'm going to bring my first one down, replace the middle, bring the 45 down. Group. I can take out a 2, because 2 goes into 18, 9 times, and then I can take a 5, because 5 goes into 45, 9 times. These are the same, so it's x minus 9 and 2x plus 5. The last thing is factoring by grouping, so that's 4. So if you have 2 terms, you look for a difference to 2 squareds. If you have 3, when you see 3, S and P, and if you have 4, you just go straight to the grouping after you look for a greatest common factor. So I can take out a x squared, that'd be x minus 2, and then plus I can take out a 3, x minus 2, so x minus 2 and x squared plus 3. Group, I can take out an x, be x squared plus 1, and then I can take out a 2, ooh, got a dead spot in my screen, looks like, sorry, just plus 2, and I can be x squared plus 1, so x squared plus 1 and x plus 2. All right, that's the end.